We're watching films on the toilet, because that's what dads have to do. When the movie's unsuitable for your kids, then pretend you need a number two. If you need a break from your family or spouse, there's a lavatorial picture house. Watch Terminator 2 while you're sitting on the loo. Enjoy the whole of Rambo 4 with your trousers on the floor. We're watching films on the toilet. How about you?
I'm having that health check tomorrow.
Oh, so it's something going up your butt?
I hope not. It's the same one you had.
Oh yeah, they shove all sorts up your butt.
God.
Mm-hmm. I didn't tell you that bit.
No, not until now.
No, they basically keep going until they increase the size of the things they put there until it basically is too big for it to go in. For me, it was the doctor's desk lamp. It was a bit of a conundrum as to which bit to put in first, whether it's like the base or the back of the shaded bit.
It is difficult to know, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, certainly not the front of the shade. Being an absolute animal trying to set that up there.
Good. Well, welcome to Watching Films on the Toilet.
Hello.
Today we are going to be talking about The Grey Man. Mm-hmm. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The Greyman, which rhymes with your name, Eamonn.
It does, yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about The Greyman.
The Greyman.
Which stars Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and is now all up on your Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always up there or thereabouts whenever I log on to Netflix, trying to get me to watch it.
It recommends it to you even when you've watched it.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? It should know. It should know when you've watched it.
You at a zoo, Eamonn, or?
Oh, are you talking about the noises outside the study? I mean, I say study, it's the makeshift office recreated for my wife during lockdown, which used to be a tiny box bedroom. So before you go off going thinking, oh, Eamonn's got a study. It's not. It's a half bedroom, so shove it.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm doing it in here today because I've got my mother-in-law come to stay.
Is that good? Are you excited about that?
I do really get along with my mother-in-law. I know you
That's good.
Hoping for some choice comedy moments there, but
that's why I asked. You did once say she looked like Michael Bay.
I mean, she does. She does.
Yeah,
but she
still does.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Okay,
or
good.
Barry Manilow on a good day.
It's just this trend, Eamonn, of you having these opportunities to make things better, and you always make them worse. It's what I love the most about you.
I think Manilow's an improvement on Bay, isn't he?
Really?
Better hair.
Manilow's had a lot of work done, hasn't he?
Oh, well, she's not had any work done. I'm thinking more about the hair.
The hair. Oh, okay. The hair. Sure, she'd appreciate either of those. Good. Yeah. All right. So, do we have any correspondence before we talk about this film?
So yeah, I have an email here. Dear Watching Films on the Toilet, I wanted to get in touch to express my disdain at your assertion that all Daily Mail readers are nasal-voiced fascists. It's an outrageous claim that should be dismissed out of hand completely. Daily Mail readers are not all nasal. We range from clear-voiced tenors to deep booming basses. I myself am a rich baritone. One thing us Daily Mail readers are in agreement on, however, is that your podcast is a load of rubbish. Your so-called jokes are either, in Eamonn's case, poorly written insults or a series of childlike noises from Ben. On the other hand, I can confidently say all Daily Mail readers love the Josh Widdicombe Rob Beckett podcast. It's brilliant and we think they're great guys and we like what they stand for. Another thing that's definitely true is that we are fascists and we despise ethnic minorities and the poor. Whether our hatred of non-whites and the LGBTQIA community and our love of Widdicombe Beckett is related, it's not for me to say. You should be the judge of that. And then he's put like 8 winking emojis.
Right, okay.
Name withheld, it says at the end there.
Good. All right, lovely.
Okay. Do you have any correspondences?
I do. We've also received a letter. Last week we talked about a news reporter called Serene Branson, who had a migraine on live television and was unable to form words properly. And there was sort of an urban myth that went around that she'd had a stroke, that she was dead. But she wasn't. She just had a really bad headache and it affected her talking. We'll post the link to the video if you've never seen it because it is brilliant.
It's amazing.
So we got a letter from Serene, so I'll read this now. So it goes like this. Dear Watch'em, Furs and Turzen, Creme. Creme. Nesh Harry Texem. Tabnem. Lon. Red man and a peck. Wet. And that's it. That's it. That was her letter.
Oh, mysterious.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what a creme is or a lon. I don't know what that means.
I mean, if I were to read in between the lines there, I imagine she's congratulating us on bringing that story back into the public eye.
It sounds like a thank you letter, doesn't it?
Yeah, creme. I mean, creme sounds like that's thanks, right? Thanks.
It's nice. It's not hard. It's creme. And then, yeah, I mean, we've got like Nesheri Tek Sem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Red man and a peck. What could that mean, do you think?
Keep up the good work, fellas.
Yeah, wep.
Wep.
So, yeah, thanks, Serene.
It's a real heavy potation.
It's such a massive potation, isn't it? All right, good. Lovely. All right, cool. We got any toilet news, Eamon?
Yeah, tell you what, it's hard finding the toilet news this week. Mostly toilets in a bit of a state. It's just not, they're toilets. That's not news.
Have you heard of a macerating toilet?
What's that then?
One with a grinder.
I remember that a lot of the toilets in France had grinders.
Yeah. No, I was talking to someone today and they mentioned this macerating toilet and it just got me thinking.
Well, I always thought that's because the French did like rock solid poos. It's just something about the French disposition. They always think really, really hard poos.
It's all that bread and cheese, isn't it?
Exactly, bread, cheese, cured meat, wine. Come on, guys, there's not an ounce of fibre in any of that stuff.
It's all the snail shells.
That's right, compacted down. It must be terrible coming out. That's why the French have that expression the whole time.
Oh, I thought you meant like they say something.
No, as in the facial expression.
I thought their expression might be, don't eat too many snail shells.
What's derrière, isn't it? Oh, mon derrière, c'est très mauvais. Oh, zootalours, they say.
Wow. Again, so much worse.
Do you not think it's slightly pretentious speaking foreign languages in an accent?
I thought you were just going to end it like speaking. It's really pretentious to learn another language.
No, I think you should learn another language, but it's like when football commentators go Zinedine Zidane.
So they try the accent.
Just say Zinedine Zidane.
It's dangerous ground because if you were to learn, Mandarin, for example, would you put on an accent then, or would you?
Is that race? Is that not racist? Putting on an accent when you're speaking.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Would it be, or would you have to speak in a certain way in order for the language to make sense?
I think to avoid any doubt, you should speak any language in a British accent. Oué le bibliothèque. They'll understand.
Je mange le jambon.
But you said je mange le jambon, which means I am the ham.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been saying? I am the ham. Yeah. You do need to be able to speak the language, though. I mean, the accents is a grey area, but the words
what would it be
do
then?
count.
Je mange le jambon.
Yeah.
Je mange.
I am the ham. That sounds like something that newsreader would say.
I am the ham.
Yeah. Do you know what? This chat here is far better than anything we'll get off the toilet news.
Just don't bother.
Do you want me to tell you what the story is?
Yeah, tell me what it was, and then we'll move on.
It was a dad took his young children to B&Q. One of the very little ones mistook a toilet display for a toilet and did a poop in it. And he had to. There's a picture of him scooping out the poop.
Bit before is better, so let's move on to the film.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to keep that bit in as well. You saying the bit before was better.
Okay. Can you do that Mandarin accent for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Didn't keep that bit in, did you? No, he took that out. He took that out. Yeah, good.
Smart.
I think that's the smartest thing I've ever done.
That's the smartest thing you've ever done. That's amazing.
That was smart.
Yeah.
Genuinely impressed.
I am.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So, The Greyman. How did you watch The Greyman, Eamon?
I watched it on the toilet.
Good lad.
Oh, what's that on your arm?
Oh, it's an insect.
Your left arm. But you're pointing at the wrong one.
But it's hard because I'm mirrored in the... It's an insect bite. I've got lots of them on me.
Can I see some of the other ones?
They're on my legs. I don't really want to stand up, so... So no. Anyway, I watched it on the airplane toilet.
Ooh.
Like Rodney did from Just a Ride. Yeah. I went to Spain last week and I downloaded this on the Friday and I watched it on a plane, on the toilet.
Did you watch it in 1 2 hour 15-minute sitting?
Yep. There was a very big queue, including the co-pilot of the plane who did the toilet as well. So that worked out really well.
Yeah.
And what did you have for your drink for me, Eamon?
Well,
a big summer wee.
Because it was the grey man, I thought it'd be fun to drink a grey drink.
Ah, nice.
There's not many grey drinks. So what I did is I got some goat's milk and mixed in a load of squid ink.
Oh.
And that made it nice and grey.
Oh, wow, that really is... It's the goat milk as well. That was very disgusting.
Yeah.
Well done. Very disgusting. How did it taste?
Horrible.
Yeah, I imagine. I imagine you'd have to drink quite a lot of alcohol before you had a go on that, just to numb your palate, possibly.
Yeah, and I wondered if you could stick some alcohol in there and sort of turn it into a cocktail.
Oh, like a White Russian.
Like a White Russian. You stick some Fernet Branca in there. Oh, flipping heck. Oh my God.
A bitter, creamy, grey drink. Lovely. So, how long do I get?
You have 1 minute and 12 seconds. Okay, all right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, Ryan Gosling is serving a long prison sentence for killing his abusive dad when Billy Bob Thornton offers him the chance to work as an assassin in the CIA's Sierra program. So he does that. Years later, he's sent to assassinate a bad guy in Bangkok who also happens to work in the Sierra program. Before he dies, this fella hands over a necklace with a USB drive inside it. Remember them? Which contains all sorts of incriminating information about Gosling's boss, Denny Carmichael. From that point on, Gosling is on the run and Carmichael sends ruthless mercenary Chris Evans to get the drive back. He kidnaps Billy Bob Thornton's niece, Julia Butters, who Gosling developed a really special bond with when he looked after her for one weekend, one time. So Gosling makes it his mission to get her back. Thankfully, lots of people are willing to blow themselves up for him and risk their lives because he's Ryan Gosling. Eventually, he wins a fight with Chris Evans, gets Julia Butters back, and something happens to the drive. And then he escapes from prison and kidnaps Julia Butters so they can go on the run as fugitives from the law, which is what every little girl wants, isn't it? The end, for now.
Oh, super concise. So that was 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Boom! Explosive, like the opening of this film. Okay. Did you have any expectations going into this film?
I thought it'd be fun because the Russos are funny and they had a few jokes in the trailer. And I also thought it would be very competent because pretty good with action sequences and storytelling. So I thought my expectations levels were set to expect something mildly good. And what about you?
I was expecting something more serious. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't pay enough attention to the trailer. I was expecting more of a kind of like a 70s conspiracy thriller kind of vibe. You know, a little bit paranoia, maybe something set against a political backdrop, which gave it a bit more substance. And people who, when they get hurt, actually react in a way that humans would, rather than just kind of fobbing it off and moving on. But as it was, I'm not really sure what this was. I found it quite hard to pin down.
Yes, I think there does seem to be a lot of films these days which seem sort of scared of planting a flag in a particular genre and saying, we're this.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a marketing issue in that the bloody bean counters upstairs are going, we need to appeal to all these different groups, so you can't call yourself this specific thing because it's going to put these groups off. Netflix is like massively I know everything's data driven these days, but I think there's all sorts of sophisticated algorithms that Netflix use. It's almost like the computers are telling them this film needs this in order to get a certain amount of eyeballs.
Yes. This is quite a big deal for Netflix. I think this might be the most money they've spent on a film. It's like 200 million.
Did it look like a $200 million film to you?
No. I thought the CGI was quite distracting. There was a plane sequence. It was kind of that rubber man CGI.
Same with the tram sequence as well. I thought that was very CGI.
So no, I don't feel like it looked like a $200 million film. It's based on a book series, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Apparently this is the start of a universe.
Seriously?
Yes. There's a sequel has already been greenlit.
Do you know what it felt like to me? It was basically they mashed together the Bourne Identity and Commando. That's what this film was.
Yeah, and the Fast and the Furious. That whole normal people as superheroes thing. Gosling is meant to be a guy,
Yeah.
but he's invincible.
Yeah, it does. It gets ludicrous. Like I saw it. He got stabbed in the hand at one point.
He did.
And stabbed in the side, and then he's going, "Oh, stabbed in the side."
Yeah.
No mention of his hand at all. It's like you'd feel being stabbed completely through your hand.
Quite.
I once we had a jam in a shredder. I was on one of my famous shredding binges.
You had jam in a shredder.
Popped a load of jam in the shredder.
Right.
No, I was just shredding loads of stuff and got jammed up. So we had I used a steak knife to try and pry out some of the paper, and I had my other hand braced against the side of the shredder. I slipped.
Oh God!
And I stabbed myself in the side of a hand with a steak knife.
Ah.
It kind of went about, I'm not sure how far in it went, maybe about half an inch.
Yeah.
Centimetre and a half or something. It made a mark on the other side anyway.
Crikey.
Quite painful. My wife heard me shout the F word from the other side of the house very loudly, and I had to go to hospital. And the doctor, instead of getting stitches, he super glued it together.
Oh right, yeah.
But he kept on getting he was shit because he kept on super gluing his rubber glove to my hand.
Oh, what? And then having to pull it off.
Then he'd pull it off again. And be like, Anyway, that was I was in shock when I did that. It was horrible.
You did think quite a lot about the fact that you'd stabbed yourself in the hand. You didn't just move on to...
I wasn't like, what are the other things I have to do today? I was just
shake it off and...
staring constantly at my hand and all the blood coming out of it.
Yeah.
A much worse hand stabbing happened to Ryan Gosling. And
right through it.
They went completely through it. And he sort of goes, ow! Like that when it happens. And that's it.
Something that bothers me in these CIA... good assassin movies is if you've agreed to kill people, are you really going to object to killing the odd child?
No.
Is it really going to be that much of a problem? Like you kill quite a lot of people, you don't ask questions, but oh no, it's a kid. I don't buy it.
I think we're in that sort of world now where we know how ruthless these government agencies are, and they would basically do anything to achieve their ends. And I'm afraid killing innocents is part of that.
Like someone like Leon. Mm-hmm. Well, he's probably got a macerating toilet.
Yeah, it's got one of those rock hard French stools.
Yeah, but
that's probably why he's so cross.
Like he says, no women, no kids, and you kind of buy that.
No, he says no women, no kids, like that.
He says no women, no kids. Yeah. And I buy that because he has chosen this profession and he's kind of allowed to make up his own rules. But if you join a government agency and you're told what to do, you can't just say, oh, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'll do that, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I feel like that would come up during the interview process.
Yeah, so, I think it would as well.
Just you've done really well on all the practicals, and you're brilliant with a knife. You've done loads of good stabbings. Final thing, would you be okay? Most of the people you kill are going to be men, but there will be the occasional woman or a child. Would you kill a child for us? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Or they just show pictures of, would you kill him?
Would you kill this one?
Would you kill him?
Kill this one? We're starting off easy. Here's James Corden. Everyone says yes to him. Who's next? Penny McGuinness. Another gimme.
Yeah.
Who we got here? Oh, wee Jimmy Cranky. Oh, it's an elderly woman, but looks like a child. Would you
tricky
kill this one?
Tricky. What about this dog? No. Would you kill this dog? No.
Go on. Oh, look at its sad eyes.
So that's annoying. So Netflix currently they've got an Army of the Dead universe, so that's going to be good. They've got this film has started a new universe. What other films do you think could have universes?
I tell you, and I would actually genuinely want to see this as a Crank universe.
A Crank universe would be amazing.
There's not a hint of subtlety in that film, and they've basically every character they've just dialed up anything stereotypical about them up to like 12. Everyone in that film, I think, I'd be pretty happy to have like their own spin-off.
Chev Chelios just needs to continue.
Chev Chelios shared universe. I mean, we joke about it now. It will probably happen.
Chev Chelios is the greatest name for any character ever.
Nothing will ever be better than that.
Such a good name. I thought we were going to jest about this, but if we're being serious, Gareth Evans, the director of The Raid, went on holiday to Indonesia recently, and he met up with Iko Uwais from The Raid, and it just got me thinking, you know, I think we need The Raid 3.
Yeah, I'd always watch a sequel to The Raid. I just don't know why everything has to be like a universe. Like, you know, sequels are bad enough. Is it just stupidity? Have they just gone like, Marvel has a shared universe, everything should have that?
Yes.
They've not realised that there's like literally decades of material supporting that shared universe from like the comic books.
That's it. I mean, no other universe has worked. The Harry Potter movies with the, what's it?
Beasts of something?
Fantastic Beasts. I don't think that's worked. They tried to do a Universal Monsters universe, which kicked off with The Mummy. That didn't work. The DC universe, that didn't work.
I wonder also if it's part of the marketing. I think it has just become this big buzzword now. So I think they think when consumers hear shared universe, they go, "Oh, fucking hell! I can't wait to see the rest of the other films tangentially related to this."
That is exactly what they say.
Yeah, they do.
That's exactly what the kind of listener who would be into that would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad used to push your face in the bathtub, didn't he, to toughen you up?
That's why I killed him.
Yeah, do you remember when you killed your dad? I'm amazed that actually it's taken us this long to get to that, because there's a striking parallel between you and the Gosling character in that your dad used to kind of really try and toughen you up, and in the end you got fed up and killed him.
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to talk us through that?
That's why I erected that statue of him dressed as Popeye in Saltash Town Centre.
That is watching films on the toilet canon. If you go back to a fair few episodes, that is part of the canon now.
Yeah. So if you got that reference, well done. If you didn't, I mean, this is weird anyway, so doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah. It's definitely keeping it in, though.
Yeah, keeping it in? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I don't know if this was like commissioned. I don't know how it exactly works, but I know this is in development hell for a while. Mm-hmm. But it does seem like Netflix has become this sort of like receptacle of movies which all the other studios kind of pass on because they're not quite good enough.
Red Notice, Army of the Dead.
Was it called Six Underground? The Michael
Six
Bay
Underground. One? Oh, thank you for reminding me about Michael Bay. We'll get to that. Go on.
Okay. Because, and you actually mentioned this in your summary, like it was so lazy. They did this thing twice where they had like an old person who was ill and dying who basically went, "You go on without me.
Yeah.
I'll blow up these bad guys that are coming after you." And it happened twice. Yeah. It's like, that's so lazy.
It's just bizarre. And that Danush guy, he popped up and then he changed his mind. Like, what
and he
is
said
it about
this
guy?
Yeah, this feeds into what we said earlier on. It's just like totally willing to like shoot a bunch of innocent policemen.
Yeah.
And then 5 seconds later, it's just like, these people have no honour. So, mate, you've just been on like a massive killing spree.
Hang on. They've got no honour.
Whoa. Listen, mate, I don't want to point any fingers, but I'm afraid you're a bit of a...
dishonourable person?
Dishonourable Daniel.
Yeah, you need to check your honour, mate.
Like I said, you're the dishonourable Daniel. I'm trying to make that a thing. Now.
Yeah. Did you? I don't remember that line in the film.
Yeah. Anna de Almas says it.
Okay.
In her sultry European accent, she goes, "Oh, he was a bit of a dishonourable Daniel, wasn't he?"
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling nods.
Yeah. Well, I think we've just got our episode title anyway. Good.
Dishonourable Daniel.
So, you just mentioned Michael Bay and drone shots.
Yeah, not a fan of those.
Why do we need to have drone shots? I'd rather have a camera locked off completely, like, you know, the really heavy cameras they had in the late 1800s that couldn't move at all. I'd rather see that than a drone shot.
I think what I dislike about drone shots is the filmmakers are trying to communicate to you, like we're using a drone at this point.
Yeah.
I think if they used them in a way that they weren't swinging from side to side constantly and they had like a smooth kind of tracking quality to them, I wouldn't have a problem at all, because it's a good way of showing you longer action sequences, like, you know, especially like the the tram sequence, they used a couple there, and I was thinking, like, if this camera wasn't moving around from side to side the whole time, this would actually be really effective, because it can cover a large distance and connect things from point A to point B.
If it added anything to the character or story, that would be fine. But it doesn't. In fact, it takes you out of the film.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't seen it used in a particularly impressive way.
No, well, do you know what? You probably have done, but it's probably not drawn attention to itself, which is why it's been effective. Yeah.
I'm just going to interrupt our chat with a word from our sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So, Eamonn, we all know there's a lot of 5G around, don't we? A lot more than there was before. There's probably some 5G in this room right now. And
that's right.
Do we really know what damage it's causing to our bodies and minds?
Guess not.
No, we don't. Thankfully, Dr. Kern Welton has pioneered a new way of finding out exactly how much 5G there is in your brain with the 5G How Much There Is test kit.
Okay.
All you need to do is take a small sample of your own spinal fluid, add the blue serum, and wait for 24 hours. If it stays blue, then that's a bit of 5G.
Yeah.
If it goes purple, then that's enough 5G.
Yeah.
And if it turns red, then that is so much 5G.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you visit drkernwelton.com to order your 5G How Much There Is kit, you'll get a bit of a discount if you mention us. So that's that.
I mean, again, I'm sure it's straightforward, but it did kind of gloss over the extraction of the spinal fluid. I don't know how. Has that the big needle? Or
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, it is. You know what? It is fine. I'm overthinking it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
It's. Do you know what? It's probably fine. If there's one person who would say it's not Dishonourable, Daniel, it'd be Dr. Kern Welton.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, not going to catch on, but
it's a thing now.
Let's move on. Cool. So, Eamonn. Oh, I haven't considered this, so let's see how I get on off the cuff. Would you flush this film like Ryan Gosling is flushed down a well and then makes a makeshift bomb to blow himself out of it?
Yeah.
Or would you fish it out like that USB drive is fished out of the necklace it's sitting in?
Yeah, good. I would flush this. It's interesting. I was watching it when I first started. I was thinking, "Oh, this is pretty. I don't mind this." And then, as time went on, I was just like, "I've seen this story a million times. There's nothing new about this film at all."
Yeah.
And I just got bored. What about you?
Yeah, I would also flush this away. There's just no subtext. It was just like paper thin. It was nothing more than what you saw and heard on the screen. And also, it didn't have enough drone shots to make it a Michael Bay film, but it was too Michael Bay to be good.
Yeah.
Flush it away. Bye-bye, the Greyman. All right, so it's now on to our top 5, and this is very exciting because we're introducing a new feature, aren't we, Eamon?
We are, yeah.
We flushed a lot of movies, and for the very best films that we both fish out, we have the Tank of Glory. So we were thinking we need something for the very worst films that we flush away. And these films, so we'll have 5 films that can go in a special place, the macerating toilet of despair.
Yeah, we had quite a lengthy conversation about this offline. My concern was that obviously a macerating toilet mashes things up and therefore obliterates them. So
yes,
there'd be no need to hold them. So just for any pedants out there, they're being held in the toilet. It's not been flushed yet.
Yeah.
We're going to flush it in an unspecified time where they'll all be destroyed. We've not decided on our final 5 worst films.
That's right.
So please don't write in saying a macerating toilet will destroy the film anyway, so there's no need to hold it in there.
One day this will end, and at that point, 5 films will be macerated and never come back.
That's right, yeah. That'll be the day that Ben gets arrested for that horrible thing he did. Oof.
Anyway, so this week, top... our top 5, we have gone back through the Watching Films on the Toilet archives, and we have chosen our top 5 least favourite films that will go in the macerating toilet. Now, it'll be interesting to see how we decide at the end. It'll be interesting to see at the end how we decide which ones go in and which ones won't, because we may have different choices. But let's see how we get on. Now, Eamon, you lost last week, so you can choose first.
Okay, this is a double. Ambulance.
100%. Definitely below. That was awful.
I think probably the worst film.
I think you might be right. That I resented having to watch that.
Yeah, it's awful.
Really bad. All right, good choice. Okay, I think you might have chosen Avengement.
I did, yeah, because it's rubbish.
Don't agree, but okay, you've done that. Fine.
Okay, another double. RoboCop 2.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Such a bad film.
Yeah.
So disappointing. And I'd say the lowest point of our podcasting relationship together.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say it's a double. Army of the Dead.
No.
Okay, so if you get this one, you've won.
I will say, because you really ranted about this, I'd be cross if it's not on your list. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Yes.
Yeah, you win, Eamon.
Yes, I win. Yes.
Well done.
One.
Well done.
Big win there.
Yeah. Good lad.
Massive.
Good lad.
So what was on the rest of your list?
So, my top 5 films that would enter the macerating toilet of despair. RoboCop 2.
Yes.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Not the original. God, no. Ambulance and Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh.
What have you got?
Yeah, so I had Ambulance. I had Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well.
Okay.
Avengement, RoboCop 2, and of course Hard Boiled.
Such an
It's a piece of shit film.
idiot. You are such an idiot. That is not true. That you've just chosen that to wind me up.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
That's silly.
Rubbish.
So there's 3 that are definitely going in.
So Texas, RoboCop, Ambulance.
Yes. Now, I think we can't put in a film that one of us has fished out.
Okay.
I think that's a fair rule, isn't it? If you think about it, it's fair.
But what if I really...
If you think about it.
What if I
Eamon,
really
it
want
is
to annoy
fair.
you?
Well, that's not the point of the macerating toilet of despair. Is it?
I mean, when you put it like that, it's hard to disagree.
Is it?
You said that like you've been using that phrase for years. Like the macerating toilet of despair we've been talking about since we were kids.
Is that the point of the macerating toilet of despair? No, exactly. Thank you. So Avengement can't go in
Okay, fine.
because I
Okay.
fished that out.
But Hardboiled can. Hardboiled can because I hate it.
Oh, because we both fished that out and it's been in the tank of glory.
Yeah, but it's shit though, isn't it? It's rubbish.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So the other 2 I chose were Army of the Dead, Thor, Love and Thunder. We could abandon them altogether and we could put 2 in that we didn't mention. But
Tell you what, you just choose one and I'll choose one at random.
Okay, so I need to pick one from those. Okay, because I was so disappointed with it, I'm going to put in Thor, Love and Thunder.
Okay, and I'll put in Hardboiled.
Again, we both fished out Hard Boiled.
I've changed my... Ben, listen, people can
And-
change. Ben, people can change.
That means it is exempt from
2000
the macerating toilet of despair.
2022 Eamon is different to 2021 Eamon.
It's not.
That Eamon, he was naive. He's very green around the gills. He's just trying to fit in. 2022 Eamon, he's bold, he's confident, he knows what he likes and doesn't like. He hates hard boiled.
Can't choose Hard Boiled. It's against the rules. There are rules, Eamon. There are rules.
No. Why do you decide
I
the
don't
rules?
decide the rules. We all decide the rules.
Well, hang on. So that means that you're not allowed to change your mind about anything ever, is what you're saying. It's a bit restrictive, isn't
You can
it?
change your mind, but ultimately 3 people fished out Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
Even if you change your mind,
But you know
that's
what? That
2
was-
fishes out. And you
that was-
can't put a film in the macerating toilet of despair
That was
if it's been fished
classic.
out by one person.
No,
it has
it
to
doesn't.
be flushed
it
by
doesn't.
both.
That was classic
Yes, it
peer
does.
pressure.
Oh, God. Are we... Not having it, Eamon. We agreed before this that
I
if the
didn't.
film
I
had been in the
listen.
tank of glory,
I
it
never
can't go in the
agreed to. I
macerating
never
toilet.
agreed to
Yes,
that.
you did. Yes, you did.
Well, again, so now
You
you're
said
saying
that, yes.
again that I'm not allowed to change my mind. I mean, it's just ludicrous.
What? Why you want? Why you can't? We've got to go on what the history was here. We can't just. I could change. Actually, this is my mum just sent me a text saying, "Have you watched The Grey Man?" And I said, "Just doing a podcast about it.
Yeah.
It's rubbish." She said, "I loved it." So there you go.
Ben's
There's a
mum.
bit of news. Glad she liked it. It's rubbish. Come on.
Okay, all right. I will put in something else if you concede that I can put Hardboiled in the Tupperware of bullshit films.
That's your.
It's
That's
just a
like
side
your
thing.
thing that you just made up.
Yeah. I just made it up, but it's a thing now, and it's one film which is universally despised, which
It's not.
I put in a Tupperware.
It is not universally despised.
Everyone hates that film, Ben.
No one hates that film. Everyone agrees that it's one of the best action films of all time.
With all these.
You're so annoying. So annoying. Oh God.
Okay, well, tell you what. Let's just pop it in for now, and then
No.
we can take it out. We can take it out later on.
Oh no, not doing that. Come on, pick another film. Just shut up. End of Days, Rambo, Batman Returns. You didn't like.
Top Gun Maverick. Put that in.
Oh God, I've taken off my glasses right now. Eamon, the rules are, which I think we would all agree to if we were being reasonable and not a prick, are it can't go in the macerating toilet of despair if we didn't both flush it. That has to be the rule. Just as in the Tank of Glory, we both have to have said we fished it out. Otherwise, I could have changed my mind about, I don't know, End of Days. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. I've watched it again. I'm going to put it in the Tank of Glory. Can't do that. There are rules, Eamon. There are rules. So, choose a film that we both flushed away. Now.
I'm thinking. I'm going the wrong way.
Okay, I'm going to count down. Ready? RoboCop 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, Ambulance, Thor Love and Thunder, and...
I tell you what I'm going to put in is The Many Saints of Newark.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, thank God. We both flushed that. Oh,
okay.
But our guest didn't. But, okay, although our guest did fish it out, we both flushed it. It is our podcast. And I just want to get this over and done with, so I will accept
Brilliant.
The Many Saints of Newark. I know we were both very disappointed with it. Okay, so there we are. That is the macerating toilet of despair. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I guess if we flush a film next time, then if we both flush it, we can decide whether it goes in or not.
Yeah.
Does it immediately go in, or we just decide?
And, you know, to all the listeners out there, whenever you hear us talk about The Many Saints of Newark, like, imagine me giving you, like, a pretty theatrical wink, and you know it's really hard-boiled. That's it.
Anyway.
All right. I lost the game last week.
You did.
So,
what did you have to do? What's your forfeit? I can't remember.
So, like, Thor had to got his bum out in this film. I had to get my bum out in public.
How'd that go?
It went like this. Okay, so I've come here to Euston Station in central London to get my bum out in public. I've got my loudspeaker here with me, so here goes. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Behold my naked bum.
Okay, good. So what's my forfeit?
Okay, Ben, so your forfeit this week is to get much older,
right,
and ill and or injured,
okay,
and then sacrifice yourself to slow down some bad guys from catching up with your good mates
by blowing myself up.
By blowing yourself up, because it happens 7 or 8 times in The Grey Man.
I don't see that as a problem. What are we watching next time?
Well, I have some hope for this film. It's a tangential extension to my favourite film series. It's Prey. Predator sequel, basically.
Directed by Dan Trachtenberg. starring Amber Midthunder and Dane DeLegro.
Set a long time ago. So it's a period film, which I think is a good idea. We've talked about doing this with a number of franchises, about setting them in the past. So glad that someone's listened to us at last.
Well done.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Please find us on the social medias, review us, rate us, send us a message.
Yeah, maybe hassle Widdicombe and Beckett about being horrible fascists.
Get on their case.
Yeah. What's it called again? Is it the Dog Whistle Podcast, I believe is the title of their show.
The Dog Whistle Podcast.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's they talk about it when they're talking about like subvert racism. It's like a dog whistle. You can't hear it, but it's there. The racism, it's there. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not that smart.
That's all right. I mean, that's why you should take my hatred of hard-boiled more seriously.
Go on, wrap it up.
Keep flushing.
Bye-bye.